What's up, folks? Cheers to you. So a little bit of news. Elon Musk's time at DOGE has expired. Some Supreme Court rulings, I believe, on tariffs. Feel like I'm blasting you guys out again. So we'll probably talk about that and all who knows what else, right? Do I ever stay on topic? No, I'm like a chud. Can't keep my fucking attention for 2 seconds. Jay, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Jay says, taco, taco, man. Don's gotta live to be a taco man. Taco, taco man. Don's got to live to be a taco man. He has a soft taco. A mini burrito. Pee Wee German was cockled by Elmo on the way out. Who's Pee Wee German? I gotta guess, is it Stephen Miller? It took me I'm terrible because I just don't pay. I have to be honest. As much of a fucking dipshit goofball as I am, I don't pay attention to a lot of the. It took me, I don't know, until late last night to figure out what the taco thing was all about, and then the Stephen Goebbels Miller. It never connected with me until earlier today. I'm telling you, I've only got like one of you guys to bite on it. I'm just waiting for Trump or one of his advisors like Miller or whoever to suggest we bring back eugenics programs or some shit. I didn't think they could, like the Chuds don't care for the Rothschilds, but they would be all about that. Chuds would probably be all about eugenics. Rothschilds are, maybe. His wife left with Elon. That's funny. He's a weird dude, man. I start thinking about shit nobody really needs to think about, but it's like, Jesus, man, you know, you think about your own path and desires for having a family or whatever they may be, right? And so yeah, I guess whatever. I guess with a, what Elon has going on, there seems to be a lot of different variations on what folks think family is. Which whatever, man. I don't know all his details. I probably don't want to. Probably be a little bit. I don't know, man. It's all weird. It's all weird. Elon paying Trump $250 million so when he gets in office, he can start importing the future members of the Elon commune. Start importing fucking white people from Africa to be part of his commune and the branch Elonians. The soft taco underbelly. Jay, what is it about that show? My kid who works for the NSA is big into that soft white underbelly. And I've watched like two of his I just can't. I don't know, man. Maybe it's because they're so fucking depressing. I don't know. The soft taco underbelly. The Achilles heel of narcissists drunk with power. 86, the madness. Right on, brother. Achilles' last stand. And if one bell should ring, celebration for a king. You know, I have notes here. I should have was gonna look up the estimates of Trump's military parade. I assumed I was going to get a whole lot of different answers, though. Okay, now this is in line. This fucking AI shit. I don't know about it. I've been using, like, I don't just punch it into AI. I've never. I don't know if you got to turn it on. You guys probably know, like, there's an AI overview for whenever you Google something, unless it's something that I guess Google finds inappropriate. There was something I Googled the other day, and it would not come. AI had nothing to say about it, and it was kind of a sketchy subject. Uh, Army's 250th anniversary is between 25 million and 45 million dollars estimated for the parade. 6,600 soldiers, 50 military aircraft, and 150 military vehicles. 50 military aircraft. So that's, including, well, I'm sure they all suck fucking gas. You know, like, you know what? Like, get the Blue Angels out there and don't run tanks down the fucking streets for fuck's sake. Um, how about 1,000 soldiers, not 6,000? You know, obviously most of us aren't about this, even if it was the true premise was to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our military, which is what, just a couple weeks or something before our 250th anniversary, or a year and a couple weeks before. So that'll be exciting too, to see what Trump has fucking planned around his birthday next year. Hegel says it's from World War II. The soft underbelly was the path of Italy through Africa. Ah, I see. So is that what, Jay? You're probably familiar with that YouTuber interviewer that I've mentioned, Soft White. Is that probably where he got that from or something? I don't know. Or I guess it's just kind of a phrase referring to a weak spot. Jay says they pushed in Africa to force the Reich to defend southern Italy while they prepared an attack on Normandy. Right on. Gloria, what's up, sister? Super, what's up with you? It's been a while. Cheers to you in Denmark. Super, I probably told you about my buddy Crazy Bulgarian. He's Danish, but he lived in Bulgaria for, I don't know, few years, several years. He's moved around a lot, but he's back in Copenhagen now. Yeah, look him up, Crazy Bulgarian. I asked him if he was going to change his name to uh, Crazy Dane or something. Jay says the 45 mil is the White House numbers. Independent numbers are twice that. Well, that's why I brought it up, brother, because yeah, I did see estimate or heard estimates on liberal or left wing news as high as 100 million. And sadly, I've caught them exaggerating, I guess, a little too much, too often lately, but so we can guess it to be at least somewheres between 50, 60, 80 million dollars, which is ridiculous, right? I seen another stat too that the estimated if the amount of money that it has cost taxpayers for Trump's golf time so far during his administration, if he keeps up this pace, it'll cost about $1 billion over his 4 year term just for his golf outings. Super says he knows that guy. Yeah, he's a good doobie. Oh yeah, Jay says I don't know the influencer, but the soft underbelly is a political cliche now after World War II. So the last few clips that I've seen of Elon this past week weren't very complimentary, I guess maybe you could say, of, well, like he was very neutral about any questions directly pertaining to the Trump administration, right? He clearly does not agree with the current bill in the Senate. I'm guessing that's where it still is. I don't know. I'm a little surprised that they're taking as long as they are to rewrite it. I don't. What the fuck are they? What are any of them doing? I mean, I don't know if the Democrats are spending how much time they're spending trying to make it so it's actually something that we can get passed for the American people. I'm sure the two sides are just so far apart that, anyways, my assumption is the two sides are so far apart that the Dems, what are they really going to do? I mean, I guess they would have to be responsible. They have to put some sort of proposal forward, but why wouldn't the Republicans in the Senate have already had all their adjustments in place? Was there not? Was this bill? Forgive me, you guys, if I'm wrong, but was this bill not approved in an unofficial vote by the Republican Senate before they did their fucking House rules, their insane House rules marathon session, and then voted in Congress on it? I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought for sure that before the House decided they were going to go through with the vote, they wanted to make sure that it was going to be passable in the Senate. And maybe it was just close and they said, fuck it, we're going with it. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Jay, the shit's so frustrating, and I don't have the patience. And honestly, sometimes I don't. Half the time, I don't have the time. But I mean, I could do better managing my time, I suppose. But I don't have the patience not being a great researcher. And I have no problem gathering information. It's getting it broken down to where there's not just a lot of fucking fodder to present to you guys. But I hope some of you have went to the DOGE site and click the links that bring you to Twitter, where it's just more. It's pure opinions, just comments That's what these fucking links do. They bring you to Twitter, and then it basically says the same thing. This amount of money, $200 million, was cut from this department, and it's like they don't show you, say, why. The why is, in pretty much 99% of these cases, is they just fucking fired people, right? They just stopped funding things because the Trump administration doesn't think they're worth funding. That's not waste. You know what I mean? That's shit that our democracy has decided is spending. That's not waste. Anybody, it sucks that there. I got not that I guess I should give a flying fuck, but I've said this before. Obviously, anybody would probably come in here and think, "Oh, TV's a complete extreme liberal." I don't know why they think I was extreme, but if you listen to me for any time, and all of our liberal family here, they agree. I know you guys agree. It's not much I try not to speak for y'all, but this I can. On this, I think I can. That in our homes, in our individual homes, doesn't matter how you fucking register or vote, you are fiscally conservative unless you're, you know, just whatever, living on the fly, living day to day, whatever, right? So for these cuts and defunding these programs to be because they were considered waste is just it's a bunch of shit. It's another shot and way that Trump is trying to grab more power. That's all. It's an autocratic move. Period. And for one, and I don't know what to think lately. For a while, I thought Trump is just a moron. There's no way he's with all his actions. There's no way he's smart enough to think as deeply as it would need to be, as you would need to realize the fear factor ahead of time. Now that doesn't mean all these fucking really fucking crazy smart motherfuckers that he has up in his ass aren't aware of that. Much more. I mean, it's something that never gets talked about, and it probably never gets talked about from the left either because they use the shit too, right? Like all these fucking parties have psychologists working on their fucking messaging, on their speeches, right? I mean, that's probably either maybe that's not any surprise to some of you folks, or maybe you think it, yeah, so what? It's like, yeah, so what? Nothing. Super says, TV, I got a new aorta for my heart from my to my legs. Have been in a training program 36 times. Now can now walk 2 miles before I could only walk a few meters. Wow, super, that's cool, dude. Yeah, I always knew that you were, kind of limited on how much you could get around, and I think maybe you've even mentioned that you have a lady that comes by and gives you a hand with different stuff. Not that you're not capable of living on your own most of the time, right? But just doing chores and whatnot. And maybe you mentioned that you had to use a walker before. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but that's good stuff. Yeah, that's awesome. That's got to be a huge, just not the physical mobility, but that's got to be a huge emotional boost too, brother. Jim says, so what? I just draw the line at felonies. I'm a simple man. Yeah. Well, Jim, you would probably be condemned for that by the chuds, right? You blind, Jim. You naive, Jim. You're living with your eyes closed and your hands over your ears, Jim. I don't know why I'm doing that fucked up voice, but I think that's how I hear Tide. Some sort of fucked up Boston accent. We weren't raised stupid here in Boston, Jim. Even though I'm not in Boston. Aaron, what's up, mother brother? Remember the good old days when we did not hire a convicted felon to run the police or the DOJ? Yeah. I don't get it, man. Serious, it ain't even with the fucking annoying ass judge. I don't. Yeah. They don't even care about politics. When you got motherfuckers sitting there saying we don't need taxes for anything anymore, that tariffs and selling gold visas and drilling for oil will fund America. How the fuck is drilling for oil going to fund America? Can you explain that to me when the government gives rich oil companies money? We don't take in money from the oil companies. We give them money. These motherfuckers think that because of the demand, I guess, that these companies drilling more oil, putting more oil on the market is going to, who is it going to make rich? Like, it's not going to make anybody rich. Like, what the fuck? I got so pissed at my kid yesterday. He doesn't know it because I did well because I got to be careful with him. He's like, Dad, I thought they were everybody had agreed on some tariffs, and I'm like, no, nothing is signed, and that would be bad. I'm like, I'm like, son, I fucking told you this shit. I'm like, do you know what a tariff is? Yes, they put a price tag and added cost on anything being brought over. I'm like, yeah. So if a company has a product they want to sell for $100 here, and we put 100% tariff on it, meaning we're charging that company $100 to sell it here, they just going to sell it for nothing? What are they going to do? Are they going to raise the price or are they going to sell it for nothing? And to be quite honest, you guys, isn't the whole idea of tariffs I mean, isn't not the government hitting us just another way for them to get into our pockets? Like, all you guys, I know you're all about fair income taxes. I am too, of course. Taxes on certain services, products, you know. I remember for a long time it was 4 cents tax, 4 cents on the dollar for tax on any non-food items, right? And I don't know how long ago, it's probably been quite some time now, where it went up to 6 cents. I mean, isn't any administration saying we're going to put a tariff on this product coming from uh, this other country when that other products is coming to our country clearly because there's a demand for it? Well, who is that demand from if it's coming to our country? That demand is from us. Now, Would it be nice to be able to this and this is how we got in this situation or part of it. Would it be nice to be able to buy that same product from an American company? Yeah. But you know what? Americans and I don't want to either, but we gotta fucking compromise and humble ourselves, you guys, at some point. And I'm talking to anybody out there making an hourly wage, a salary. You, you I want to see you make as much as you can possibly make. But if you're demanding the amount to do something that is going to put yourself out of a job, right? Like, however, a couple decades ago or in the early 2000s when American auto workers couldn't afford the fucking cars they were buying or building, right? Like, union employees could not afford the vehicles they were building. What do you know what I mean? You raise the price of a product to cover wages, or because you're never gonna talk a company into slashing their profit margin even a little bit. So if we can't make fucking fidget spinners here at a cheap enough price to be able to sell them for $5 or whatever Americans are willing to pay for it, because nobody's willing to go to work and make fidget spinners for $1.33 an hour like they will in China or and I'm not saying that that's right, morally, but that's just another aspect of it that uh, Trumpers aren't capable of understanding. And of course, the fucking top leadership in the Republican Party, the administration, they're not gonna do anything at all to try and explain it to them or have them understand. Yeah, it's a tax. It's not a tariff on, I mean, they can call it a tariff on a fucking foreign country or company, but it's a government issued tax on American people. That's what it is. Plain and simple. And how it just blows my mind. It's like, look, if you want to say you don't care that this is this is not helping and you still support Trump, great. But who are you trying to convince by saying that tariffs are going to make them going to put more money back in the American people's pocket? You know why Trump wants to fucking keep the tax break for the lower middle class that's in there? The fucking trickle down bullshit, fucking throwing the dog a bone, some crumbs tax break for us poor folks, so we can pay for the fucking, so we can hopefully afford to pay for the tariffs that he's fucking enacting. Yeah, Super says Denmark just invested $500 million to get smart people moving to Denmark. Yeah, I agree. Jim says the real fucking mind boggler is we're talking about this at all. It is. God damn it, Jim. I don't know what to do. I'm fucking pissed. I'm so pissed. I don't know what I'd be more pissed about, if it's that Trumpers truly have absolutely zero clue about, the basics of our capitalist system and civics 101, or that if they do have an understanding of any of that, that they choose to pretend like their understanding is, which is completely fucking bonkers, is the reality of the situation. It's hard to imagine that. I've only gotten into it just recently, probably a few months ago. I've watched and read a few things on mass hysteria, and though I understand it, the concept, you, it's still very hard to get it. And look, man, maybe like you know, a true cult where it's however many members, how maybe you can get 10 or 100 or 10,000 people to believe something. That's just completely without just even bothering. I had to tell my kid, I'm like, I really wish you wouldn't don't be frustrated and take my word for it. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm telling you need to fucking read. It's a 5-minute fucking search. Get those fucking definitions. Come back to me, ask me if you have any questions. If there was anybody in this world that you could stand on a fucking mountain and say, these people aren't going to lie to me to save their lives, I hope to God it would be me and your mom. You got to fucking live every day of your life on that when we're talking. Frustrating. But 77 million people, fucking mass hysteria? Obviously, the fucking, I wonder how many of the Trump voters were upper middle class income. I'm starting to think it was a majority. I mean, or maybe not. Maybe it just, I say that because like they wouldn't be part of the mass hysteria in my eyes. They would be calculating, right? But the ding dongs, the lower middle class Trumpers, the fucking inbreds, you know what I mean? They could absolutely not be capable of being able to process all this. But could there be so many of them that ignorant? Can there be a true mass hysteria with that number of people? MAGA believes that Jim says I didn't say fucking, but okay. MAGA believe that foreign governments pay the tariffs. They were absolutely convinced that the economies were lying, and the economists, right, were lying, and Donald was telling the truth. Jay, and they don't buy. Jay, either that is the case, and they choose. I just wonder, are they like they choose to be ignorant or go with that, right? Like you said, they just believe Donald, and they don't have any personal desire just to look for themselves, right? And it's not even about which media company, is this a left wing or right wing media company that these economists were yapping with. You don't fucking need that, right? You just go to, you just do the fucking quick little searches on the definition of tariffs, how they work. Yeah, I feel you, brother. It's really, I think Mighty's bet was big on it. I haven't heard him say a lot about it lately, but it was fucking, he was captivated just by the psychology of it. Like, what are these fucking people? And it's like, these motherfuckers, most of them are functioning normally every day, right? Like they go to work, they probably pay their bills for the most part. They are raising kids, feeding them. And then it's just like a whole nother, I don't know. Taco, taco man. Donnie's got to be a taco man. Got to be a taco. Yeah, that's why he loves it. Well, we're going to have more of them with the way things are going. We're going to have plenty. There'll be plenty of uneducated here in this country if we continue the way we are. Yeah, super. I actually pay a lot of attention to what's going on in the EU with their military buildup. Super says the EU just doesn't sell technologies to, I can't read that, compute, Computica. I don't know if that's a company. It will be the U.S. alone. NATO is gone. Trillions of dollars the U.S. missed now. Weapons we now build in the EU, but it takes time. I don't necessarily think that NATO's gone because obviously the UK not being part of the EU, right? So I think clearly the UK and the rest of Europe or the European Union are always going to want to stay very tight. I wouldn't be surprised if the UK rejoins the European Union, especially now. I mean, I don't disagree, Super, that like NATO is going to change. I hope it does. I mean, do I want the United States to stay in NATO? Absolutely, of course. But I hope that if we didn't, that it would continue on, and that instead of having to rebuild the whole thing again, it's But I brought this shit up before, you guys, and if we don't totally, it's I was all against I was all in on the fuck the one new world order, one world government thing, you know, 15 years ago. And then and I've always been a huge science and space fan. And at some point it clicked with me. I'm like, what the fuck am I thinking? How are we ever going to do anything if this tiny ass fucking pebble, if all of its inhabitants can never come together? Are you fucking kidding me? Who the fuck do we think we are? I mean, that's the craziness too. Not to get too far off subject, but with the whole story of the chosen people, I was like, are you kidding me? These motherfuckers couldn't even carve out a fucking spot for themselves. But that's who God chose, is these motherfuckers on this in this little fucking burnt ass spot on this fucking fucked up overgrown rock. Are you kidding me? So I hope think that with what's happening, we can see that when shit gets hard, and this is a message to the chuds, like if you think that you're safe because you're a Republican or because you're a Trumper, don't you understand the circles theory? The circle is the earth and all its people, and then another circle may be the United States, and then another circle, well, and there could be different circles, right? Maybe it's the United States, and within that you have states, or maybe within that you have racial circles, right? Chuds, maybe, yeah. Maybe even gender circles, right? Chuds, like maybe men are a little bit more important than women, maybe. I don't know. And then what about your family or your city or your family? And then what about you? What about you, Chud? How much do you love your family? Are you willing to fucking, when it gets all down and dirty, are you going to give your kid or your spouse that last meal? You think Trump is always going to look out for you and make sure you don't ever have to be in that situation? And that's what he's talking about. If you just band together, if the white people just come together, the white Christian nationalists, the fashionalists, that there's strength in that you never have to worry about being overcome. I mean, that's how I look at it. And I think back to Super's comment there with like NATO possibly being done and, you know, the EU doing, which they are doing well. And like he said at the end of his comment there, he said that it takes time, but they are, and I think he meant building these factories back up to be able to produce military equipment and munitions and stuff themselves, because obviously after World War II, most of Europe stopped doing that, right? They don't, I'm sure in some small senses, but so that's what Trump has done. The world isn't perfect. There's so much farther to go that even in the best scenario, we would never see it come to what, you know, we would hope would happen down the road with humanity in our lifetimes, but we're going in reverse because it's Trump is encouraging, not only encouraging, he's insisting on tribalism, nationalism, factionalism, tribalism. You know, so it's really good if it makes, if there's anything good out of this, it's that coming out of this, or that I can see, it's seeing that the EU is sticking together pretty tight, and I don't see how they can be broken unless, you know, God forbid we ever became a true enemy or something. I mean, we've pretty much shit on them as it is. Laura, James, what up? Macaroni in the house. Casper in the house. Casper, I got something for you.
Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry. Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry.
Not that Casper's a hippie or I'd tell her to fuck off, but...
Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. There was a little TV2 rant for a minute. James says I sent you 3 links, TV. Let me get them so I can catch my breath. There's one. James and these fucking... I need my acoustic guitar in a Liberace suit. Those fucking... That AI shit is totally out of control lately. Holy shit. I mean, I could have fun with that. I'm such a lazy bastard. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you guys. Oh my God. Fucking Bezos doing his hair. Woo! That's funny shit. Why can't I see the fuck? There it is. Oh my god, the fucking ponytail or the pigtail killed me. I'm snorting. That's fucking stupid. All right, one more from James, I think. God damn it, it's not. There we go. There we go. God, one of the best ones I ever seen was Scared Ketchup. One, his first one, I think, with Rudy Giuliani in it, living in a fucking box in the alley with fucking empty booze bottles all around him. That, oh my God, they just nailed it. They like, I don't see why that one hasn't just gone hundreds of millions viral. It's insane. I don't know. It just totally fucking struck me. That was some funny shit. Fucking Giuliani sitting down like Trump was there on the sidewalk inside a fucking refrigerator box. Casper says I've always been a hippie. It reminded me of Christians here too. Casper, I always said that was the persona I took on as a teenager. Like I thought the fucking like I was born just too late for my liking because I don't know if you got anybody caught my post from when I started. My first I threw up the link for Lucy in the Sky by the Beatles. Yeah, I was big into all the acid music, still am. Human, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Now every time Casper comes in, I'm gonna play that for her to say hi.
Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry. Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry.
I gotta get my price line. Is it price line, Laura? No way. No way. I gotta get that clip back up. Jay said something about fucking soft tacos. Hit that thumbs up or down. Share with those you love and those you don't, especially if those you don't are Trumpers. Subscribe and ring my all bell if you have room for another YouTube subscription. We're going to be here a lot, more and more, as we fucking drag ourselves as fast as possible, claw our way to the midterms. Taco Maria, Ave Taco. Dog tacos. In Springfield, they're eating the tacos. LM Taco, LMTACOF. The Gulf of Taco. I swear to God, James. I didn't see your comment until I was saying that. I was thinking the Star Spangled Taco, and then I'm like the Gulf of Taco, and I read James's comment. The one big beautiful taco. We could do this forever, you guys. You know that, right? TACO. It's fun to say he's a taco. Leave it to the tacoer, the taco gobbler, the big orange taco gobbler. That's not what a taco can do for you, but what you can do for a taco. Oh, man. From taco to shining taco. Bring us your poor, your tacos, your downtrodden. You guys are too much. This is fucking out of hand already. I can see. I have to smoke more dope now to get back to normal again. On day one, I'm going to lower the prices of tacos. They're going to come down and they're going to come down fast. See, you guys, am I having a fucking flashback or what with my fucking mindset here? I could see Trump wanting to put tariffs on Mexico now to tax the fucking tacos that they import to us. One flew over the taco's nest, or the taco. Mara taco. That's pretty good, Laura. Has that Spanish style too, doesn't it? Not that tacos are Spanish, but you know what I'm saying. Mara taco. Jesus fucking Christ. This is how fucking stupid shit is. I mean, when you have a fucking chat room full of fucking libs being this out of fucking control, silly, ridiculous, this is how fucked up shit is. Not that we can't have fun, right? We have so much goddamn fun we can whistle zippity zood zoodah zippity doodah out our a-holes. But when you have a room full of libs being this silly for this many minutes in a row, you know shit's fucked up. It's like, the meme where it's fuck it's o'clock or whatever, and you throw all your papers up in the air and then fucking light a match and pitch it over your shoulder before you walk out the room. That's where we're at. Casper says she saw a short earlier from a UK guy. It's still members only. He said there's a 474% tariff going to be introduced on plywood in the US. Oh, from the UK or from like Canada maybe? Or we're imposing. It said there's a 400 going to be introduced on plywood in the US. Yeah, so anything we're sending to can or to the UK, you're saying. See, that's another thing. Casper makes me think that the chuds just don't fucking understand. This is a world economy that's never, ever, ever changing again. There's not a single individual in this world that can get by without another's help unless they're out in the woods doing the survival thing for the rest of their life, doing the hermit thing, right? Maybe there's a couple couples, but or but then again, if you're with someone other than yourself, you're relying on somebody else, and that's all. I mean, you could probably get the motherfuckers to swear on their life that that's the ultimate goal. We can all be independent of everything as long as I don't have 3 foot potholes in my road, and that the power's still running, and that the city will still send me water, and that the grocery stores don't close, and that, there's a fire department, and hopefully nobody, because I love guns so much, that means everybody's got a fucking gun, and hopefully nobody's going to come and rob my dumbass. And, for instance, the stores do close because there isn't any police I can call to help. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't need you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool. You suck. I'm out. That's the Trump mentality. Half baked. I don't even know if they're. I don't even think they bet. I don't even think their fucking dough is risen, let alone half baked. Imports. Casper says, right on, sister. Laura says, be back soon. It's Larry time. Who is Larry? Oh, Lawrence. Lawrence O'Donnell, maybe? Oh, Laura probably has her Twitch. Laura, post your Twitch link. And the tacos red glare. Tacos bursting in air. Trump boofed them through the night. Something to taco about. That was pretty good, human. Oh, give me something to taco about. Taco to shiny taco. So, whatever. I didn't spend any time on it because I don't think the fucking. When did the decision come down like 3:30 this afternoon from SCOTUS about, or it wasn't SCOTUS, was it? It was appeals court about whatever tariffs. I don't even know what tariff. That's how. It's not that you guys know I don't give a fuck. It's that sometimes I don't give a fuck. I usually try not to be around people when I'm having that moment, but the I mean nothing's been signed. It seems like, you know, right now with everything that's going on, everything that's happened. I mean, even like I was saying, mentioning the fucking mass hysteria, Trump voters, and my thoughts were that, you know, what percentage of these folks aren't stupid that they, you know, are at such a high income level that voting for the destruction of America is going to benefit them, right? So they'll be fine. Um, so my guess is that shit is so bad that even those folks around Trump are uh, are probably working overtime now to keep him from doing really stupid shit. So Trump keeps hoping that like the threat of tariffs. I just don't. I don't. It doesn't make sense, right? Because the people he's threatening with tariffs aren't his supporters. They're actual, well educated, well informed government officials from all over the world, right? You guys know this, our allies. So they're done. It might have worked the first time. It might have still made them nervous the second time, but now we've seen even we've seen the EU and Canada and the UK and Australia. We've seen all these countries go, all right, whatever. Let us know, Trumpy, when you decide, when you get your fucking head out of your ass and decide what you want to do. We're gonna just go ahead and keep on fucking moving forward without you. I mean, it's a world economy. It's not a United States economy. How long do you, anyways, I'm gonna go off again, ain't I? So my guess is that these people around him have said you can't fucking do it. And Trump's threats are just I guess appease his base, which makes no sense because he's not going to run for election again. He's not doing JD Vance any favors if that's going to be their candidate in 2028. He's not doing any of the Republican future candidates any favors, right? So I guess the threats of it aren't gonna really can't produce much, though they didn't produce anything. Obviously it had a really negative, just his rhetoric alone, and I know you guys seen this too. So I'm not trying to fucking beat a dead horse, because I'd rather just kick the fucking horse in the goddamn mouth at this point. I'm not kidding you. 5,000 points the Dow alone dropped. That's just the Dow. Because of Trump's rhetoric, nothing ever got put in stone. And he killed just about crashed the markets because of rhetoric alone. They're still treading water with their nose just above it because the Dow alone is still down about 1,600 points in the last 90 days. Where does he have to go? He can't actually now sign these fucking tariffs. I mean, are you kidding? He can, I guess. I don't know, man. Well, they call me the Taco Man. I guess that's what I am. Yeah, we should be doing fucking Kid Rock songs. Ball with the taco, ball with the taco taco. But before I mow, go behind the garage and I eat a taco. What is it? Something answers something something and the taco dancers. I'll bet there's a fucking karaoke version of Ball with the Ball out there. Maybe I should fucking get some really thin yarn and make myself a fucking Kid Rock wig. To all my heroes in the Taco Dome Clinic. I'm just sitting here wasting time, drinking, smoking, trying to eat my tacos. Taco to you later. Talk to you later. Those guys rock. Well, I was a punk before you were a punk. You don't believe me? Just step outside and see me, baby. You want some action? I'll put your ass in traction. I was a punk before. A baby's arm holding an apple. What time is it? We're an hour and 12 minutes into this. I'm probably going to do a BRB real quick, make a cocktail. I want to say hi to any of you folks out there just hanging quietly. I appreciate you. Hang out, listen. Don't be afraid to come in and yap. I can't promise that at any time I might not fucking jump on anything someone's saying that I can't fucking stand because as you can see, I'm a little bit. I mean, look, I don't usually make excuses, but I've been married for over 30 years. I raised 5 kids to adult. Um, I may be a little edgy. Casper says it's 3:12 for her.
Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry.
All right, I gotta get on that sound bites thing. My thing is so cluttered up. Like in this fucking source, I already have seven seven sources in this scene. My fuck off hippie, my TV2 logo, my video camera, one audio, the window capture, and then another audio that I'm not using. But I need like a whole bunch of fucking stupid sound bites. James says a cadet from West Point asked Trump if he ever served. He replied, yes. I did a tour of McDonald's during closing time. You know, people gave me shit. No lib ever gave me shit, but they got all creeped out when I first started going to White House chat and fucking saving their fucking files, right? Saving their fucking stupid. I got one for you guys, in fact. Maybe King Tide's listening. He'll like this. And I'm like, whatever. It's not creepy me saving this shit. It's creepy you guys fucking saying it. And it's really troubling that you get fucking all pissy when someone reminds you of what you are you ashamed of what you said? And that was always my fucking response most of the time is, look, if you don't like being a fucking dumbass, then stop. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not happy with yourself being a complete fucking douchebag, then don't be a douchebag. For fuck's sake. Yeah, am I right, you guys? All right, I'm going to give you my King Tide quote of the day. And then I'm going to run some TV2 music for you for a minute and go make a drink, use the facilities, holler at the dog. Hopefully, I'm going to catch Mrs. V. She should be home any second. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I will be right back. Yeah, so there's the King Tide quote for you. Beauty, huh? Beauty, eh? I don't want to do anything, anything, anything. I know, no. I don't know if I know or not. I know I got mindless contentment. What do you got? I don't even want to be with me. I'm back. I'm back. Back in the taco again. I'm back. Turn up the taco. Hit the taco. And tacos for all. I could go on and on and on and on. Would I play Lucy in the Sky? What was the other fucking tune that I listened to before I came on? Oh, Love Me Two Times. Love me two times, I've gone away. Hey Bear, what's up with you, sister? Cheers to you. A Bear said hi to me first, Gumby. Suck it up, motherfucker. That's right. Sorry, I'll get the cord out of Gumby's face, though. I got cords everywhere. Cords. See, I'm trying to give Gumby as much fucking camera time as possible. He was getting a little bit fucking starting to push the boundaries though earlier. He was getting a little too close to my mic. A Bear did the I'm probably never gonna catch up with you. I do see Fred is here too. Fred, cheers to you, brother. A Bear did the audio edit work for you? Oh, I shouldn't have subjected you guys to my music. I should have played some Han Solo. All right, I got to share a little bit of Han with you.
Feel the love. Go get your phone and get on our live stream, and you can chat with everybody. They're a lot of fun.
Oops.
That's you again. They forgot who I was, John. Now it's all about rain. This is bullshit.
Well, that's whenever you go to, there's an old saying in show business. Okay, there's an old saying in show business.
I will grab Han Solo's.
A cute kid or a cute little dog, they'll never remember you.
That's right. We're screwed, John.
Thanks, mate.
Hi, Heather. I'm just going to keep saying hi to Heather every, 10 minutes. What's up, Heather?
Hopefully we'll catch up for two in a second.
I'm just going to keep tripping over everything until I've yanked everything out.
I'm still in love with Evil Bay's channel. Like, the lost fucking demo tapes is super cool.
I'll be right back. Hang on
What's
a
up,
sec.
TV2 Live? Good to see you, brother. Everybody go over to TV2 Live, type that into your searcher, and sub to TV2 Live. Does a lot of live streams. You can do a lot of chatting. Pretty fun over there. So get it done. Maverick, let's not keep Heather in the back of the truck, okay?
They must just be getting rolling,
go
maybe.
test any solo drum track. I can do like solos and stuff.
Yeah, they.
Heather, you should come hang out in the basement one day. My daughter, heart, body, shiny, red, electric.
They do. They're in Seattle. God damn it! Actually, we did that Seattle rattle in Seattle last night, and I wanted to. I thought about Han and asking him about it.
Spur of the moment, having Rain here, because Rain came over because Rain wanted to watch us play, and then when we found out Rain played and had the confidence to jump in there, we just said, "Go for it, fuck it." So good to see you, Paradiddle.
I try to be the guy that I wish that I had when I was 18.
Another show coming up for Paradiddle. If you're out and fucking, don't tell me, Paradiddle. Just happened to stop by and say hi to Victor from Chicago. What's up, Chicago?
I was just rewinding a sec to see.
It's 3 guesses.
All right, we'll check back in with those guys. Han Solo is a cool ass dude.
Are we putting croc flops in the truck too?
They are.
Tennessee. See, it only took.
They are in Seattle. Is a cool ass dude. All right, you don't need to hear me say that more than once, probably. "17 votes on the TV2 poll. I ask, will there ever be any evidence of fraud provided by the DOGE thingy dingy? 18% of the 17 voters said yes. 82% said no. Again, I would like to speak with that whoever voted yes. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on when we'll see evidence. And just, why you believe that? Because I know sometimes we get in this kind of blah, 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 blah thing. And it's easy to forget that for the most part, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, most of us are in our homes with our families, one other person, handful of other people. If you're a Trumper, maybe by yourself, but that's okay. It's okay. I like being by myself. Being married, I try to get as much of that time as I can. So yeah, I would just like to know what your thoughts are on why you think that we will see evidence. I was trying to, you only get 100 characters to post your poll question, right? So that doesn't include the answer options, but so I wanted to, I would like to know, will there be any, because I have lots of questions. Do the folks on the right who are, quick, I have to finish my thought. Those of us on the left, we're actually, believe it or not, about rooting out fraud, right? We don't want waste either, but even between liberals, and maybe you conservatives would not ever be able to admit to this, but y'all can't agree on details the same as clearly liberals can't, and for obvious reasons, right? I'm going to have There's going to be plenty of probably differences in details of things I might think are this or that than my liberal brothers and sisters. Those aren't game changing things, right? It's the overall ideal of what is fraud. I mean, or what is waste, right? Fraud seems like a simple one for all of us, I would think. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there that I feel like I would agree with most Trumpers on what fraud is. Clearly, waste is going to be a different, there's going to be different different interpretations of that, of what waste is. And of course, and that's not going to come down to policy issues or beliefs or choices. Well, I suppose you could say that, but ultimately the root issue would be personal moral choices or beliefs. That's what would make the difference with what one person may think is waste and maybe not another, right? I guess unless, maybe there was some branch of or some sort of conglomerate that the USAID was funding that were just literally pitching dollar bills into the trash can or something as their monthly funding checks came in. I suppose we could all see that as that really wouldn't be fraud, would it? I suppose we could all see that as waste. I don't know. That probably hasn't happened that often where they're just pitching dollar bills into the trash can, though it might seem like it in some cases. It's hard to imagine, too. I mean, like, are the Trumpers is it perfection you're shooting for? Because if you motherfuckers are so perfect, it seems like you had been way bright enough to already have accomplished all the things that you think are obtainable in the next 5 seconds. The white utopia. Fashionalists. Laura. Bear. God darn it. Bear says Gumby's flexible and doesn't mind being tied up. Look, don't get me going down that road yet. Don't get my mind going. Bear, that's the answer I was looking for. Bear says trying to wrap up yeah, they said that. I think it will be done tomorrow. There are only so many times I can listen to a tune, Whatever, Bear. I've told you, sister, seriously, even some of my rough cut, hey, this is a new song idea, before anybody ever sees that shit like that I post, I probably still listen to those fucking 20 times each. The stuff that I've really put time into, my full-on music videos, even though it may say not the final edit, oh my God, it could be well over 100 times. And then certain tracks, maybe even more than that. No, that's good, Bear. I just wanted to know if the audio cut edit worked for you. That was Bear, because and I know you get this, and you were dead on with your time. I don't know why. I checked it 3 times, and I'm like, this can't be where she wants me to cut it. So I read your instructions again, and I went back, and I'm like, 139, or it was like 137.9 or something like that. I'm like, that's a change up. But it's like some tunes, and so far we've been able to do it, sister, but some tunes where there's actually just not even, because I think I can expand the tracks to where I can go. Now I'd have to go in there and look. I think I can break it down to like 1/10 of a second. That's as small increments as I can notch down, right? I can go from 1/10 of a second to another 10th or back the other way. No, maybe it is more than that. Maybe it's hundreds of a second. I think it is hundreds of a second. It's pretty fine. But still, some stuff like music, and I get run into it with my own shit, like where I want to. Mac was saying, man, yesterday is like TV trying to play this song, and it's 6.5 minutes long all the way through without making a mistake. And I'm like, that's what we went through in the early days recording, right? Now when I do shit, I'll play it, and I still have to play it a lot, but if there's two different guitar, if during a change up, right, I might do all right for the first 45 seconds of a song and then blow the change up, and I'll just cut it out and redo that part. But some stuff, the music, the tones never stop, so it gets tough cutting it without it being noticeable. Nels, cheers, brother. What's up? I'm just yapping. I'm sorry if I missed some of you guys. I'm missing lots of comments, but I know you guys are probably all just yapping. Yeah, Super's a character. Casper, he learned English from fucking hanging out in YouTube chats. I don't know how the hell. Like, I've been listening to Cupcake, the Paris streamer, but she speaks in but she's that's what I love. I tell you what, again, to get back on Europe, Casper, you know, her country, men and women, and the UK, and obviously Denmark, where Super is at. It just it's like so many of those folks have just in general, just citizens of these countries take it upon themselves to learn English, right? It's just I struggle. I don't want to beat up on America too bad because I'm the one that's guilty of it too, right? Like we just I say we because I try to be responsible as an American. It's too easy and it's not even fucking applicable for me to say, well, I'm not every American. That's not how I feel. Well, whatever. Better be fucking getting in your fellow Americans' ears then and fucking whether they listen or take heed or not, hopefully you'll be able to sleep at night. But listening to Cupcake in Paris there, she speaks English through most of her streams, which is I don't know. And it was the same with Crazy Bulgarian. Like whether he was doing on location protest streams in Sophie or if he was just at home doing, covering different shit. He always spoke in English. And it's like, and of course, I guess it's probably because English speaking audience is overall, not just because maybe I'm sure America probably is the biggest viewers of YouTube, or Americans are the biggest number of YouTube viewers, but still, we're not the only English speaking country in the world. But I don't know, I find that really pretty humbling and cool. But I'm picking up different shit from Cupcake, different French words by listening to her because she will, sometimes she does struggle with the, or may not know the English version of whatever because she does. Bear, if you haven't checked out, I mean, you being a fashion person and all that good stuff. Well, plus I think you have French roots too, right, sister? You would love her. She's so fucking awesome. She's awesome. I'm hoping to get together with her and do some StreamYard streams. And you guys will get to meet her. But only when she struggles for the English translation of something, she'll say it in French. And so then I'll be able to, because I'll be knowing what she's trying, what the word she's looking for usually ahead of time, the English word. And then so what she says of the French version, I can hopefully learn something. Laura says shoves James like Elaine and Seinfeld. Get out. That's funny. You need the asterisks, Laura. Can I be a can I be a chat, Karen? A Bear too. I'm filling A Bear's ear tonight. A Bear, you would have loved this the other day. I watched I seen this some channel took a video clip of the Friends of Big Bear Valley Eagle's Nest and used it, and it was a great clip, whatever they did. And I started to read the comments, and the first comment was this super well put comment about the channel owner using a clip of somebody else's, and Friends of Big Bear Valley is a nonprofit, using their clip, and she's like, you really did a nice piece here and everything, but you should give credit to who you got the content from. Well, she was mistaken in that they had given credit just for a second in the video, just briefly, right? I didn't notice it either. And then she apologized after somebody corrected her, and she was really gracious about it. But it was hilarious on down the fucking comment stream. Somebody called her a credit Karen. You can see that tickles me. Fucking credit Karen. I thought it was funny as fuck. I'm like, A Bear would like that. James says, this is great news. My chores tomorrow may be delayed. Why? Are you expecting bad weather, James? You got something going and important? Because I have immediately find '49ers merchandise for little girls. I have to immediately find it. A-Bear says, I know French. Who is this TV cupcake something? Yeah, let me grab her. Let me grab her link a minute, sister. She's fucking awesome. Her people are good people over there. I mean, you guys know I am a fucking social butterfly when it comes to YouTube. I just try to, I just always try to stop into people I appreciate, whether I'm sub to them or not. Because I don't sub to folks that I can't go over and spend time watching every week, even if it's a few minutes. But she's one that I spend a little more time on. And unfortunately, the time difference, I miss some of her live streams, but she is just I'm telling you, so she has 843 subs now. And when I subbed to her sometime late last year, she had about 300. I'm surprised she's only at 8. She's going to blow up. Her channel's going to be huge. I don't know if it'll be like hundreds of thousands of huge, but she's going to go into the tens of thousands of subs really quick. It just takes a minute to get to a certain level where more people are so many people are sharing her stuff, right? that then the connection, the shares are just the percentage of people that will then go over and check out her shit would just go through the roof. She's just a super likable, well-informed uh streamer. I'm still hesitating to call me or myself or anybody else doing this shit an influencer. I don't like that. Why are people that, whether they're successful or not, why are they calling themselves influencers? I mean, I can see how that maybe that's the case for a moment here and there. You might influence somebody's thoughts or decisions. Maybe. I don't know. That's a lot. That's pretty heavy. I don't think I want that responsibility. Oh yeah, yeah. Super says all Danes can speak English in Denmark. I didn't have English school since the teacher warned me to write I a girl on the board. I refused and was sent home from school from my father, and you can get free English lessons, and that's how it was. Oh, I gotcha. Right on. I don't even know what it is now, you guys. I can't remember from all five of the kids. I just know that my oldest, she took 4 years of Spanish in high school, and she took 4 years of Spanish in college. Or she took Spanish all through her college years, though that wasn't like her major or anything. That wasn't what she was studying. Um, when I was in school, we had to have a semester of either French, German, or Spanish. And I chose German because, well, I'm a Dutchman and Polish. Speaking of Dutch folks, where is where's our lovely sister Kate Broom? You know, when I stream so much, it worries me when I don't see her even for a minute every once in a while. She's always banging herself up. Laura asked if I've realized yet. What happened, Laura? What did I miss? What did I miss? TV2, TV2, I see you tagging me now. I'm still scrolling up. Laura, did you post a link or something, sister? I don't see that. All right, I'm scrolling back down slowly. I'm a yapping motherfucker tonight. Yeah, James being a grandfather is pretty awesome. Jim says Dutch and Polish. No wonder you picked German. They keep visiting. Jim, can you imagine? Do you guys, Jim, everything just came completely clear for you, didn't it? Right? How much sympathy do I have from you now, Jim? My dad always called me a fucking cheap Polak. How fucked up is that? Fucking Dutch and Polish. For fuck's sake. Either God is cruel or he has a really dark sense of humor. Yeah, 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 Laura. Oh, just no, I knew he was going to be James, congratulations, brother. I know you told us you were going to be a grandpa. I take it that's what you meant. She was born. God damn it. I'm probably going to get all crazy. I can't share pictures of my granddaughters cuz my daughter would kill me, and I don't blame her. I can anyway. I have before with some of you guys just in short streams, but those are down now thankfully, but yeah. James, I love you, brother. I can only imagine what Mrs. M is feeling right now. All right, dude, you be good. We'll talk to you soon. That's right. Remember, Grandpa, you can never have too much 49ers gear. She needs a 49ers mouthpiece and some red and gold pom-poms, right? Just to be balanced, right? She needs a freaking Jerry Rice helmet, a 49ers mouthpiece, mouth guard, and some red and gold pom-poms. No, I didn't notice Laura right away. I didn't notice that. I didn't realize that she had been born. James is funny. You know, we all know how moms are and stuff, right? And I know how Mrs. V is. I guess maybe I also know how I am. I don't know. I don't think I could ever wear James's shoes as a father, but just because he's just something else, isn't he? I'll bet you he's always the one on the phone with the kids. You guys all right? Don't worry about it, son. I got it. I'll bet you. James plays a good game of being fucking Mr. Common Sense, Rational, Tough Love. We know that's all just a fucking ploy. How great is it going to be James's granddaughter? Are you kidding me? Are you guys kidding me? I had some people looking out for me when I was growing up and still do, right? Imagine having James looking out for you. Get the fuck out of here. That girl has nothing to worry about. Jim says, hell of a father, mediocre landscaper. Jim, I think using the word landscapers, you be look, James is an adult. You don't have to butter him up. Calling him a landscaper is a little bit much. Jim, you know that James planted tomato seeds in the yard purposely so he didn't have to cut the grass. Oh my god. I hope James caught that. He probably didn't. Oh my god, that's fucking stupid. Honey, I can't mow down their tomato plants. I don't know how they got there. Oh, that's hilarious. And I got mindless contentment. I know. I know, no.
Well, I got mindless contentment. Yes, I got mindless contentment. I don't wanna watch TV. I don't even wanna be with things. I don't wanna do anything.
I don't want to do anything, anything, anything.
Well, I got mindless contentment. Well, I got mindless contentment. Well, I got mindless contentment. What do you got? Well, I got mindless contentment. I know, I know, no, I know, no, I know, no, no, I know, I know, no, I know, no.
That's my Trump dance, by the way. Isn't that what he does? Something like that? The fucking. What the fuck was the orangutan's name in Every Which Way But Loose? You goddamn baboon eats all my goddamn Oreos and shits all over the place. God, what was that lady's name? Jesus. What a classic. Even though Clint's kind of turned into a douchebag, didn't he? Maybe he's always been a douchebag. The goddamn baboon eats all my goddamn Oreos and shits all over the place. That's the Trump dance. I got mindless. Clyde. Right turn, Clyde. That's right, human. Thank you, brother. Casper, I watched this character. Holy shit, he put 3.5 hours into this fucking stream. He was tearing down the Tartarian nonsense, which I'm sure any of you guys have, even been slightly in touch with the kooky side of society with the conspiracies. The Tartarian, the mud floods is one of the big ones. It's like, as this dude said, it's just a step down. I'll share him. I'll share him with you. A minute, Casper. Hang on. I'm gonna have to go through my history. But he is a student of, I guess either Celtic, maybe all that, like the Gaelic language, Celtic, the Celtic societies. I was obviously Irish. All those, like he goes into, he's studied up on that whole area well, right? The Welsh. But he was tearing apart the mud flood fucking bullshit. And then I realized his video his post was really for anybody paying attention. It was much more than that. This dude's got his shit together. He knows a lot of stuff. He was starting to wear me out a little bit with it's got to be tough being someone like him. Like, who is it? Patriot Pete. I mean, a lot of you motherfuckers are just blow me away. Putin, Retzi, A-Bear, Jay, and I don't want to leave anybody out, right? Like, some of you motherfuckers really are incredible at retaining shit, information, and recalling it. And Patriot Pete, man, that dude, it's like, holy fuck. How do you take in so much information every day and then be able to just recall? I don't know. I think maybe I'm burnt out. God damn it, I'm not going to be able to find this. I don't know, Casper. I'm going to make a note, sister, because I hate spending too much time. Not that you asked me to or anything, but I hate spending too much time sitting here silent looking at my screen. He's well educated in that history anyways. I think you would appreciate it. I will find him. I watch shit under my alt account sometimes too because my freaking YouTube algorithm for my main account is so lopsided. It started bothering me after a while. Like he was like the he like took apart the number one, I guess, YouTube YouTuber that does is a Tartarian or mud flood believer. Like he just tore him apart. But it was 3.5 hours. Like he literally had him torn apart in 30 minutes, the first 30 minutes. It had to be so tough for him to do. It's like, man, why would you stay with this? It's such a fucking crock of shit. The people who are believing this are, and I'm not against fucking doing mushrooms or whatever people want to do. But for fuck's sake, man, some people, you know, I don't know if it's one too many trips or just too heavy a trips or, yeah, I don't know. Some people shit. Look, I just said a minute ago I'm burnt out, but holy fuck, man. I don't get it. I think it's just not having the emotional or mental strength. And look, I get it. Life is tough. Sometimes I just want to sit on the corner of the bed in the dark and fucking cry. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just do that. I get it. Life is tough, but for fuck's sake, man, how can you fuck? It just doesn't, it's never been possible to lie to oneself, is it? Really? I mean, do you not have to think that these people have actual legitimate developmental mental or psychological issues that if you are capable of lying to yourself and not still at some point, like when you're alone, sitting on the end of your bed crying, that you realize you're lying to yourself and it's not working? I don't know.
Because we all have things in life.
I was just checking in on Han. He sounds like he's getting all philosophical over there too.
If you will.
Well, it's actually more like.
Does John still sound like he's whispering?
No.
Keep talking. Can you guys not
Hey,
hear him?
everybody.
We hear him fine.
We're all together on the big mattress
All right,
of life, you know. Trying to keep it clean and.
See, those guys
try
are.
and turn John
These
up
guys
a
are a
little.
perfect example. John just said we're all on the same big
you all
mattress
doing
of
out
life.
there in, YouTube land? Let us know. Let us know. We've got 14 in the chat right now. We've got 2872 views, and we have been going now for about an hour, just maybe a little over an hour. And yeah, exactly, a little foreplay. You know, I mean, any time is the right time for a little foreplay. You know, at any
All right.
stage in the
Han left. I guess they're not going to be
as
too
long
into
as, of
tune.
course, one is a consenting adult.
We'll keep them
Wow,
on.
we definitely.
We'll keep an eye on those guys, or an ear on them. We are now up to 21 votes in the TV2 Live poll, where I ask, will there be any evidence of fraud provided by the DOGE? What is that? Is it a DOGE? What is that called, anyways? Is DOGE a department, an official department? Anyways, 14% now, yes. 86% of the 21 voters said no. There will not be any evidence provided. Yeah, I'll find him, Casper. Bums me out that I don't, I don't know if I watched on another account. I'm surprised that it didn't come up in my YouTube history just now, but I was probably on another account. Yeah, I actually have Scott blood too. I always say that I'm Dutch and Polish, but I have mentioned that I was Scott. Like my mom's parents were Scottish and Polish. My dad's parents were both Dutch. So like a ding dong, I guess I don't ever, or even though that's where I spent most of my time was with my mom's parents, the Scots and the hillbillies. What a fucking combination that was, right? Maybe being Dutch and Polish isn't so wacky. Of course, I guess that side of the family, which I don't have a lot of the blood, is my grandpa being from Mississippi. I guess he was French, or he was, I don't know if my uncle kept telling me he was French Canadian, or what am I thinking? French Canadian, French. If there's anybody from down there or more familiar with that whole thing in down south, could probably tell me what I'm thinking of. I never spent much. I don't think, they were white hillbillies. They weren't. I don't think my grandpa had any fucking idea about his French blood at all. They had been fucking. He'd come from a fucking generations of hillbillies. Can we call them hillbillies that down far down south? There ain't really wasn't really a bunch of hills down there. I mean, I think I call them hillbillies because they did spend some time in Tennessee, but Christy Hyde. Christy Hind from The Pretenders, you mean? Or did I miss something? Taco. Yeah, Christy Hind. Yeah. I was going on the other night to Mac about the. I tried to play it on the acoustic for a minute. That fucking My City Was Gone. That is a killer bass riff. Do 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 do. I went back to Ohio. I was stunned and amazed. That's a great album all the way around. Blondie, I love too, and their song "Hanging on the Telephone." You have to get the deluxe version of the um. I don't know if it's greatest hits. Maybe it's a best of or something. It's a two. Uh, it's only a single CD print, but it's like a gold deluxe version or something. I swear to God, it's the only you can find quite a few different versions of Blondie doing that song hanging on the telephone, but the only one I can find on YouTube that is pretty darn close is their midnight special version of it. And then Call Me is pretty badass. Call me. I mean, how do you not that's chilling, right? But all their shit's good. Heart of Glass, Rapture, Tide is High. Yeah, all the different punky tunes that they did, like I said, Hanging on the Telephone. I'm at the phone booth, it's a one across the hall. If you don't answer, I'll just ring it off the wall. I know she's there.
Odor protection that cares for. If you don't answer, I'll just ring it on the wall. I know you say I hope my life's on a call. Keep me hanging on the telephone. Keep me hanging on the telephone.
I just have to say real quick, Blondie probably thought all the band members probably thought these fucking people dancing were complete fucking morons. All fucking jacked up on these folks are like the living description or were of Frank Zappa's song Bobby Brown.
Your mother now she's going out the door. I think she
You guys, if whoever's listening, you have to pay attention to the third when she comes into the third verse. She is like fucking growling. I'm not kidding you, she's growling, you guys. Guys, that's good. Doesn't get any better than that for TV, you guys, I'm telling you. Why should I talk when I can show you my affection? I watched Blondie at Coachella last year, and it wasn't bad, or maybe it was fuck, I don't know. The time's flying, you guys, and the days run together. I don't think it was this year. We just watched Coachella just happened a couple weeks ago, right? I think it was last year's performance. It was not bad. It's not terrible. Oh, I know who I did watch this year was the Go-Go's, and that was pretty cool. Seeing the Misfits at Coachella this year, or they played. It's a lot of good stuff. A Bear says, "Don't forget Pat Benatar." Of course not. Love is a battlefield. A Bear, that's a top tune for me. Yeah, I mentioned the other night when I was streaming. I I'm like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm a perverted male musician. I don't know. I've seriously really I feel like I've been extra like attentive to female rockers. I just love it. Stevie Nicks, obviously. Yeah, Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar did a tune too, after she had kind of retired, like she had basically stopped touring and all that stuff and was a librarian for at one of her kids' schools. But she did a jazz album, and that tune, "Don't Bat Your Bloodshot Eyes at Me," that's a really good song. Yeah, she was amazing. We are strong. Heartache, heartache, we share. No promises, no demands. Yeah, that shit gives me chills. And Wilson, of course, and I know probably some of y'all can't see how I put Courtney Love in the same box, but Courtney was something else. She wasn't a great singer always, but I've said before, I've shared with you guys, I really, really love Hole's version of Gold Dust Woman. And even Stevie Nicks gave it props. Rock on, Gold Dust Woman. Take your silver spoon, dig your grave. I mean, it's raw, but it's good. A Bear says, "I love her take on Bloodshot Eyes." Yeah, it's really good. Like, I think I seen it, A Bear, on like the first time I heard it, she was on David Letterman, like when she was promoting that album or something. Nina Peoples, did somebody say? I see Nina. Is it Nina Peoples? Or whoever did the, or just Nina, right? Who did 99 Loft Balloons? And I actually like the whatever her native language version of that tune too. It's fucking badass. Who was it? Dave Grohl's. I think Dave Grohl, maybe Chris Novostacks. Mispronounce his last name. I probably not gonna be able to spit it out tonight. Daughter's coming out and covering those Nirvana tunes during Coachella this year was pretty moving. Yeah, government mule. Maybe I've seen that, Abear. I will though, sister. Let me see if I gotta get a mouse pad. I have a really hard time copying and pasting certain lines. My mouse will fucking blew it out and then it'll drop it. There we go. Yeah, people I get it. Like even man, and I'll be honest, back in the day in the 90s, I was hooked. I wasn't a whole fan. I didn't give a shit. Courtney Love's voice, and I mean, I wasn't into most of their shit at all. But her voice, she was hardcore. She was lived hardcore, and that's what I was about then. But that recent It Hits Hard documentary about Hole's drummer who founded the band, how she got shit on. Courtney Love is a fuck up, and it sucks. But I guess it's almost the same with like Ted Nugent. I can't fucking stand him though. He was such a huge, huge influence on me. I'm not saying I have any of his style, but that's who I fucking listened to a lot when I was um 12, 13, 14 years old. Courtney Love was raw. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably won't appreciate the Gold Dust Woman version, but it's not like obnoxious punk version either. It's just I don't know. I'm a metalhead. I'm right on that fucking line. You guys know I love Zepp and the Beatles and you know Fleetwood Mac. I've gotten off on a lot of these heavier versions of stuff. The same people, they're like the people that are covering these tunes heavier like that are my generation. Yeah, Glory says 99 Red Balloons was sung in German. Yeah, I think originally it was like I wasn't sure that it was German, Gloria. I kept thinking I thought that before and that they were actually from another country. They another European country and obviously see there's sometimes I can't tell the difference in some languages. So, but if you say so, I believe you for sure. It's like it probably I don't know if it sounds ridiculous or not. Like you guys, some of you know that I'm a huge, huge fan of the Putumayo World Music Hour. Like it's by far the best goddamn music program ever created. Ever. I can't think I mean, prove me wrong. It's just amazing. And if you guys aren't subscribed, you got to go check out the Putumayo World Music Hour YouTube channel. They do shit every week and it's like I don't half of it, it's world music. It's like half of it, at least half of it, I can't understand the lyrics, and it's just so good it doesn't fucking matter, right? And maybe, and I know I feel like the artists, if they heard me say that, they'd probably be okay with it, right? I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to understand what they're singing about, maybe, but I discovered that watching that the Montreux Jazz Festival from 2012 with Paco de Lucia, and it was 40 minutes, all acoustic set, and I was just blown away, just fucking blown away, and that's what got me addicted to listening to, like not being worried, getting hung up on the fact that I can't understand what they're singing because the music's too good. It's ridiculous. It's like, and I can't say Americans, but like man, American radio, right? Whatever's popular on the radio in any given town. I don't give a fuck if it's country. Like, I can't stand country, but the hip hop, whatever, man. It doesn't matter. I know I'm a little biased to rock and metal, but I I love all kinds of different music now, but regardless, America, we don't it gets fucking buried, right? The good shit. There's certainly incredible American musicians out there that are doing their own thing and, you know, not trying to write some 3 minute fucking hit song, right? We've seen Jay doing his own version of stuff, which is fucking incredible. You guys know if you've listened to my shit, it's clear that I have zero fucks to give about what it sounds like or what people think maybe. But yeah, I really get off on I think it's just am I yapping long? I think it's another indicator of just how uptight America is and how it's liberal. And I mean, we got the ideal right about freedom and democracy. Where we right, like we know we need walking forward is where we want to get to. We just haven't fucking figured out how to stand up yet or stay standing up, right? Or it seems like we haven't figured out how to stay standing up. I don't know. I think it was just kind of a, like I said, of my yapping long and getting all into my feels. It seems like that was good kind of analogy of what America's like. Like we just are, we're very outgoing and creative, and we're also completely fucking purposely ignorant to everything we've been influenced by and all the other good stuff out there in the world. It's strange. It's strange to me, some of it. All right, you guys. So far, you've wasted about 2 hours and 30 minutes of your time. You're never going to get that back. I'm going to go do another quick BRB because that cocktail I made, you guys know me, it's yap, sip, yap, sip, yap, sip. I'll make this a quick one and I'll come back. I'm not ready to give up yet, so if there's anybody willing to hang out and yap with me, maybe I can mellow out and read some fucking comments for a few. Oh, there we go. I was going to say, I want to play some music, but mindless contentment is... Mindless contentment is too short. All right. I'm going to let Han entertain you guys. Han Solo, the channel. And I knew these guys were going to do it too. They had fucking less, like 300 or 400 subs when I subbed to them last year. And they're at like 1.5K now. I'll throw their link up again real quick too. Seattle basement band that improvises every Thursday night, and they really are just amazing, you guys. Extremely fun. And Han seems to be, he's a Gen Xer, and he seems to have super duper common sense, liberal views. Like, he is really middle of the road. So, all right, I'll be right back.
Come on, why? You gotta have a little sense of humor. Welcome back, E. What's up, Terrafix? Fuck yeah. Hey, don't pick on the floppy sack now. What's up, Kyanza Reikian? Well, hello. Kyanza, Terrafix. Kyanza, Tornado of Souls. Well, we might get there. Boy, I'm still nervous about this Croc Flop song. I don't know what I'm going to... Oh, hey, E, you're here. You weren't here earlier. E, did you notice my thumbnail, first of all? The thumbnail to the video. It's the vowel sessions, and there's... You're the E. I made you the E. And I drug it in here earlier, but I don't think you were here. Here, I'll drag in... So I want to use this as a t-shirt. Let me know what you think. I'm going to drag it into the screen. Hold on.
That's funny. What do we got? Oh. Yeah, there we go.
Hold on. I don't think they've seen it yet, but I just drug it in. I'll leave it there for a second. So I want to turn this into a t-shirt. So anyways, the thumbnail's different. It's a bunch of vowels, but the E is supposed to kind of look like Jessica Rabbit.
We
So
love
it's a
us
little
some E.
A and then an E, which is the rabbit, and then an I, an O, and a U, all with moist cabbage up there.
Moist cabbage. I thought it was wet cabbage.
Hey, you're welcome,
Is it
TV2
moist?
Live. I'm fucking glad to do it, and
I thought it
anytime
was
you can
wet
restream me,
cabbage.
I
Maybe
like
they
your
changed it.
channel, so you seem like a cool dude. So
He says I
That's
seem
fine.
like
if
a
all
cool.
hell breaks
Well, don't
loose,
give her more of a big head.
we'll
That's
link
that's
up
funny.
with TV2
I
and
love that.
build a fucking fort.
TV2 is a fucking
All for
asshole.
me. I love that. That's adorable. There we go.
All right.
So I was thinking that'd be a great T-shirt, but the thumbnail's totally different. You should check it out. Like,
I thought they were originally. Oh, it was wet lettuce. It was wet lettuce that they were calling themselves. So they must have came to an agreement on moist cabbage. Unfortunately, I haven't spent like tons of time just kicking back listening to like an hour straight of them, because I know they do. I think John, the guitar player, and Han, the drummer, they've been jamming with each other for a long time. They're good, man. I don't know. Maybe it's tough out there in Seattle. There's probably a lot of incredible musicians out there, but it seems like the nightlife would be good. Where's Mighty? I think Mighty has spent some time in Seattle. Is Mighty anybody over in White House chat? Is Mighty over there? I don't usually hassle him about coming and saying or yapping with us. He drops in once in a while. Like, there's no fucking scene around here anymore. It's a little depressing. Like, the shit I want to do nowadays, I could find musicians like that, like in Grand Rapids, probably, 40 minutes from me or whatever, but they would probably be such way more better formal musicians than me that they probably wouldn't want anything to do with me. Other than that, it's gonna, it's like a bunch of fucking people with whatever. I don't know. I don't know how to read music. I don't understand a lot of the fucking formalities of it. I really don't. But the kind of shit I'm writing, is beyond what just the basic fucking garage bar bands are doing. I'm not saying there isn't good shit out there, but like I was saying a minute ago, they don't the big corporate owned radio stations aren't about promoting anything good. They want to promote what I guess they think people they want to dictate what people should listen to, maybe, or they want to play what I suppose the radio or the record companies are telling them to play. Surprised I don't know a little bit more about that. I guess that's probably because I'm just an artist, and that shit drives me fucking nuts, right? Like, how much influence the record companies have on the radio stations, How much are they owned by them, right? I mean, that's got to be a good gig, right? You fucking make a product, and then you also, you own the company that produces a product, like a record, an artist, or back in the day, right, with the I think it was Sun Records in Nashville. They owned all the fucking everything. They owned everything. They owned the fucking musicians. They basically owned the musicians, like they couldn't fucking play, or everything they did. Like nowadays, or at least for some time, it's been that bands who break out their first album, they don't make jack shit off the album itself. They're all that any money that they're able to make comes from touring usually, right? Because you don't get any fucking rights. You don't get jack shit. You be kissing Atlantic's ass that you're able to get in one of their studios and have them fuck up your shit. Have them spend a couple $1 million totally rearranging your music to pump it out. Thanks, human. Yeah, they really are. You know, brother, I like I said, I haven't spent much time listening to them where I've sat down and listened to them for, 45 minutes because they get into some nice long jams. They do. Just one song to another, not like instrumentals, a lot of it, but they're they're freestyle. I don't know how much if these are just jam sessions, if they actually spend time off streams that they practice. I know the drummer and the guitar player have been playing together for years. It's just it's been so long since I've sat down with somebody that I've had been that comfortable with, or anyone, to be able to just pick up a guitar, start flipping off fucking whatever, the same thing I might do right now by myself, right? And having a drummer come in and follow along and shit. So I think that shit's neat. I really do. I think it shows a lot when people are able to freestyle. I think that's what they do most of. They do cover some shit, but yeah, I didn't see him over there either. But like, it sucks. Like, where you're at, human, is there a good like nightlife, like where, like, my hometown is small, not where I'm at now, but where I grew up, just down the road from me. It's a happening, like, especially now, right? We're into summer, spring and summer. There's, for such a small town, there's like just a handful, and there's so much money down there. I can't afford to live in the town that I grew up in, right? That's how ridiculous it is. But there's been a couple bars for years now that have been willing to bring in like really talented original acts that aren't big name, right? That maybe it's on a circuit from here to Chicago and Detroit or whatever, right? Like Grand Rapids, Chicago, Detroit, and doing all whatever possible bars in there and clubs, however they'd want to call it. But like up here now where I am, which is a bigger, like the county I am in, the city on the lake shore is much bigger than the city I grew up in, and it used to be good for like hard rock, heavy rock, and there is still bars. In fact, one out here just down the road from me that still has live music. I don't know, Mrs. V was down there with the neighbor a couple months ago or something, seeing some friends of mine. But it's all cover bullshit. Like, when I was playing in the 90s, we had such a good following, and we weren't a great band. There were so many I looked up to all these other bands that we played with and were doing the same bars with, right? They were just ass kickers. We had straightforward rock and roll tunes, and we were young, so we had that huge fucking obnoxious crowd following, right? So we got away with doing quite a few originals, good 40% originals for a long time. And then by our own mistake, we just started doing more and more covers because, well, it was fun for us. It was easier, I guess. Got us more gigs. Human says, it does, but I tend to spend more of my nights safely at home these days. Yeah, me too, brother. I mean, it's like, um, I started gigging in the early 90s, right? It was the first time we were doing obviously parties and all that shit long before that, but started hanging around the bars around 21, 22, and then and seeing the scene, like, and where I grew up, I was sheltered in that sense. Like, I had no fucking idea what was going on out there, and it was cool. But yeah, it didn't take long. I wasn't out in the bars hanging out long before, maybe a year or two before we were playing in the bars. So then it's like we were playing a lot quick, which was awesome. I guess. I don't know if it was awesome or not. I guess it wasn't bad. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how awesome it was. It was fun. It was awesome, I guess. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know how productive it was. But look at that. Do you guys notice the poll just went fucking bonkers? Did Sin and Lala wake up? We just went from 21 votes, however long ago, 40 minutes ago, to 41 votes. It was at 87% no. And now, and look at it, still, I'm sitting here watching the percentages change. Did somebody share this link with 4chan? But human, I don't want to do that shit. And like I said, I don't even know what it's like, brother. Because, yeah, I'm not out there hanging out in the bar, so I don't know how active the weekend scene is anymore. We literally played, there would be Tuesday night open mic nights, and we would host that kind of shit with some other bands, right? Bring our equipment in. We might do a first set. Is there anybody fucking out in the crowd that wants to try and do a tune that isn't going to trash your equipment type of thing, right? And then we might have, solid 4 set nights Thursday through Sunday, especially in the summer. But I would like to, I wouldn't have a problem with doing some single set shit, even some long, like, I would rather do something long as opposed to just 45, 50 minutes, which if you're only doing one set, that would be a pretty quick show. But, like 90 minutes, whatever, hour, 45 minutes, just one set, maybe some twists on some covers, but mostly originals. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get people to buy into that. I'm not afraid to go out and do shit by myself, but it took me a long time to get into to accept sitting here doing this shit by myself, because it's like, God damn it. It's all the stringed instruments are me playing, right? All the vocals, if there's any vocals, it's me doing the vocals. But it's still backing tracks if I'm playing live, and even though I'm doing as much as I can at one time on guitar and vocals, I don't know. It shouldn't make any difference, because is a computer playing the bass part any different than me having to depend? The computer's not going to fuck up, but am I that stressed if I have a warm body playing the bass? You know what I mean? No. You have faith in that person, so I don't know. It just seems like it would be hard for bar owners and patrons to accept maybe somebody sitting there running a lot of backing tracks with their shit. I don't know. I think also it would probably depend on how intense your show was, right? Like, I can't imagine having a whole big light show standing up there by myself, but if I could keep the fucking momentum of the set really continuing to pick up, that would be great. I think that'd be, could make a difference. Bill, what's up, brother? Cheers to you. Bill voted 11,780 times. I got to give a Patty Whackers in the house. Good to see you too, sister. I was thinking about you last night when we were streaming. It's like usually Patty drops in for a minute. Is Bully here? I can't see him. 60% yes. Did you guys follow that? That is insane. Like literally our streams been it's these streams have been decent with people viewing, right? You guys know me. I don't fucking stroke myself off about the size of this channel at all. But if we're averaging more than 10 people watching at a time, that's fucking huge for TV2. Huge. And I owe it all to you guys. But to have had 21 votes less than an hour ago, and now less than an hour ago after more than 2.5 hours of a stream. For fucking 2.5 hours, only 21 folks voted. And in the last 40 minutes, fucking 40 or 30 some folks voted. Oh, that's hilarious. Who is over in the Chud stream that is lighting up the TV2 poll? Lala's there. Is Sin there? It's got to be Lala. She's such a fucking mess lately. You know she's listening. A Bear, did you say hi to her? Bill, are you fucking making me money yet, brother, with the She Said tune and video? God damn it. Bill, that would be great. Like where you're at, like if for some reason, whatever algorithm, I don't know what other social media you do, but like all of a sudden you pounded it out there on the West Coast where all the fucking music supposedly seen is. Somebody picked it up and said, "Yeah, this sounds like a goddamn squirrel with asthma, but the tune's all right." Bill says that's why the poll's broken. TV2 favor. Right on, brother. P-Dub, she just said she just watched a movie with Forrest Whitaker, The Enemy Within. That title sounds familiar. You guys know I'm not a movie person at all. A military coup on the U.S. I do not see it happening. The two closest family members of mine who are immediate family members, and you guys, I mention them probably more than I should. They are both Republicans. That shit's not happening. That shit's not happening. That shit's not I don't know. I have an active mind, so I'm not afraid to say that I've considered that so many times and I've had to talk to those folks about it. It's just not happening. The difference for me is, though, is how it is in our National Guard and our standing army, right? Those two entities clearly could act differently because of the being so compartmentalized state to state. Bill says all my music folks are dead or in jail. See, I've never pushed that. Not that Bill has. My guess is Bill is someone that probably would never take advantage in a bad way. He'd ask the friends in certain areas for assistance, help, encouragement, a little boost, and then foot in the door in a respectable, absolutely acceptable way. And that's how I'm like, you know, it's crazy. I've said before, one of my favorite quotes are from Kathy Lee Griffin when she said that if you live long enough, no matter who you are or where you are, anywhere in the world, and you guys can imagine some of the situations folks are born into, if you live long enough, you're gonna have an incredible life. Like there's just gonna be astounding moments, no matter who you are. I can't say that's ultimately true, but I don't know, I guess, what an astounding moment or moments in life would depend, all right, to that person. And I think about just the craziness of the incredible kids I have, but like, yeah, all the fucking people around here in the music industry, right? Like the dude that ran sound for us the very first time we played, and when we opened up for one of my longtime buddies' bands, Taz. He was the sound guy. He was the sound guy. He was already in the Stagehands Union and a local musician. And you guys could look him up. He's got his public profile. Bruce Stands on. I don't know if he does anything other than Facebook. I don't get over there anymore. But he was fucking he toured with Marilyn Manson and Avenged Sevenfold for fucking years. I'm talking 5, 6, 7 years on those two bands' tours alone, and not saying they not playing together. I'm sure they probably did some time together, but he has all kinds of photos of him and Manson backstage. And when I roadied one of the Manson shows just as an extra for the Stagehand Union, we got to watch the concert and shit for free, but like after the show, we had to be already staged backstage and ready to go. And like they wouldn't open up our garage door to the stage until the garage door for Manson band was already closed, them going into lock. That's what a fucking anal hole Manson is. But Bruce was his stage manager for the live shows for years. Like he's got all kinds of fucking pictures of Manson flipping him off, like out on stage to the side of the stage for the volume. He said that's how he would tell him to turn his monitors up or down. Crazy. And he's just one of the he has that fucking crazy look, but he's just one of the most humble people in the world. There's so many fucking people around here with connections like that. It's crazy. He never took advantage of it. I have a video saved somewheres when he was doing Alice Cooper's tour and the bass player wasn't there, so he got to go out. Like I said, Bruce is a bass player, so he got to go out and run the bass, play the bass for the sound check, which wasn't nothing new to him or anything, but it was just cool. See, I'm more starstruck by like what local folks that, because I know what they've done, and it's like, man, it's crazy. Yeah, summer raising kids. We did that, right, Bill?
Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry. Fuck off, hippie. I'm sorry.
And I'm glad to be done. Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say that, and we're on to grandkids, right? Well, hopefully we're not raising the grandkids, but I guess it takes if they're gonna be well raised grandkids, they're probably getting some influence from everybody in the family. Like James, Bill, you probably missed it. James, I don't know, you probably knew that James was going to be a grandpa. Well, he is officially now, I guess. So there is another Niners fan being raised up in the ways of wisdom. God, what I was trying to think of that Bible verse. What is it? Raise your children, raise up your children in the way of the Lord, and they something I don't know. Can't keep can't keep that shit straight.
Fuck off, hippie.
Gigi, what's up? Cheers to you. Gigi has been a member of YouTube for about 5 minutes now. Gigi joined YouTube May 30th, 2025, and I'm guessing May 30th. Well, May 30th for me is about 5 minutes old. It's 5 minutes after midnight. Gigi, are you new to YouTube? Am I pronouncing that right, or is it Giggy? I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there right now. Gigi is either someone we know and love and just hasn't gotten a chance to tell us yet who that they are, or it's some fucking dipshit. Am I close, Gigi? Literally May 30th. You see my stream title says May 29th. Well, it's 6 minutes after midnight here now. Fucking dumbasses. Come on, Gigi. I'm on I'm not on slow mo tonight. It's been like 30 seconds. How long you gonna wait before you fucking post some stupid shit about Trump? Yeah, it's amazing, Bill. It keeps us young while um ensuring that we sleep good that night, right? Running around after them, after the after the ankle biters, the curtain climbers, the rug rats. God damn it. Did I go too heavy, you guys? Did I should I have let Gigi pretend that we didn't notice? How fucking stupid. Fred says, I see Bully voted 30 times. Fred, I assume it's Lala. It could be Bully. Bully, I know Lala. I've come to believe in the last several months that Lala probably, I mean, I always knew any fucking smack talker probably has one or two counts. So I always knew Lala probably had a couple, but I'm pretty sure she has quite a few more than a couple, but yeah, maybe not Bully level. Bully's certainly up there. Bully is like me and Mighty level. Maybe Nelson. Nelson's another one that has a shit ton of accounts. I don't know that I'm Bully, Mighty, or Nelson level. I have a few. Yeah, there's no doubt. Yeah, I don't disagree. Bully has quite a few. I mean, of the Chuds, I would say it's Bully and AP. I don't know if you ever met AP. For a while, I thought he was voter one over there in the Chud chat, but I'm not sure about that. AP was a Chud that had been around for a long time since Mighty's CNN streams. Why did you have to leave, Gigi? Is this your first day on YouTube? You have to forgive me if I did jump to conclusions because you said you had to leave. So, I mean, I am impatient. I did mention I'm impatient, so. But because I've been at this for over 3 hours, sitting in this chair and as wound for sound as my old ass always is. Anyway, sucking down super caffeinated Black Russians. Well, one. I had a super strong coffee, and then when I went down to make this cocktail, it's not a weak Black Russian, but they never. What's the point in that? So anyway, Gigi, yeah, maybe that's why. Are you struggling? Are you having tech issues? Is that why it's taking you a little while to post? Are you still figuring out how you can be witty and get around this for a few more minutes? Bill says, who cares who's who when it comes to mega accounts? They all sound the same anyway. Sheep on a slaughter ramp. Well, Gigi is, I mean, I don't think Gigi sounds like any Trump. I'm thinking a minute, Bill, what Trump or Gigi reminds me of. A super slow one. See, this is going to be impossible to have any sort of intelligible conversation with Gigi because just way too slow on the responses. I mean, we're all pretty patient and used to the delay with YouTube chat and all that stuff, but notice how Gigi just went ahead and skipped a Bill's comment. I kind of feel I'm a little offended, Gigi. Our crew knows that I think is more of them being here, of having any success, or this channel having any success, or getting any sort of attention or positive, you know, it's not about attention, it's about having some good conversations. It's always attributed to the chat, but I'm a little, even so, even though I realize that and have always said that all along, I'm still a little offended that you're kind of marginalizing the host. You're lucky you got the grass that you were allowed to eat, Gigi, I think is what Bill's saying. Now I know there's a difference between like lamb and then like after a certain age, doesn't it get a little bit, doesn't it change? Would Gigi be like mutton or is that an organs thing? All right. See you later, Gigi. Thanks for coming by. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, motherfucker, on your way out. Gigi, did you subscribe? God damn it. I'm like, come on, I need like another I don't know, 70 subs to get to 1,000 or to get to 2,000. No. To 1.4 thousand. Oh my God, that's hilarious. I know it probably seemed nice and slow and boring, but that's all right. I got to enjoy these streams too, you guys. Gigi, I appreciate you. I do. I didn't just like get my rocks off on picking on you because I really didn't. Trust me, I didn't. I doubt this is your first time here, but yeah. Gigi's busy, you guys. Gigi got stuff to do. Giggy. What was the Mary Tyler Moore show? Wasn't there, was that her name in that? Wasn't there some, do you guys, who, come on. There's at least, I don't know, everybody here. Should I be a dick and start naming people? Even though I think everybody I'm looking at, like Bill, Casper, Fred, P-Dubs, are probably only a couple years older than me. The Flying Nun, what was, God, was it, you guys know what I'm thinking? Not Mary Tyler Moore, Sally Fields. What, didn't she do a sitcom where her name was Gigi or some bullshit like that? Anyways. Gigi, thank you. That was pretty groovy. It was a good way to roll on out of this stream. Let's see what Han Solo and Moist Cabbage are up to. I actually sat and played along with these guys like 2 streams ago that they did. I was streaming on a Thursday night. They're out in Seattle, right? 3 hours behind us. Or me. And so I got done yapping with you guys and I was sitting here picking on the guitar and I'm like, John was just doing some rhythm. So I started fucking trying to riff off. Thought about copying it and sending it to him just for fun.
Fuck yeah. Nice to catch up.
Wet or moist
Hopefully that put all you
cabbage,
guys to
moist
sleep
cabbage,
and you're ready
moist
for bed.
cabbage. I think I like wet lettuce better than
Backyard
moist
fighting
cabbage.
channel.
I don't know. I don't have a problem with the word moist, but
In Bremerton. I don't know about that. I'd have put a link in the channel in one of my other like a comment section or something, so I remember. Yeah, we would be pretty cool. Like we'd be just up playing, and they'd be all duking it out because you can't have copyright, so we would just jam.
That's messed up. I
'Cause
mean,
if
I've
you're
heard
like-
this thing. I mean, hey, some guys like beating the shit out of each other. I get it.
But I don't want to get beat up either. You
No,
know,
I mean, like,
you played the wrong music. I lost, and then they jump on us and start. That's when we'd have to fly in DJ.
He
'cause
was,
would be
yeah.
our head of security.
I mean, number one. I mean, yeah.
Bill
okay,
says-
I mean,
And then I know a duck with
Fred's here.
or
I
a
told him not
crow
to
with
show his
human lips that I could
face in
probably
front of
be
me. For
the
fuck's sake.
security assistant.
People
Did
got
you
the-
guys have it out?
It'd be like the Three Stooges with two guys. It'd be amazing.
Fuck, I wish-
Bill, did you and Fred butt heads on something?
Can't be too safe.
Fuck it. John's like, we'll play it. I'm just gonna put a cup, a mouth guard.
I know you're not a dummy. He does have a clone
Okay,
sometimes,
hell,
but
I'd be asking for it, actually.
hey, it happens.
And if people be trying to test it, you know, like test your skull.
Hey, DJ, hold on. DJ's running security. He's having to deal with people. Sit them down. Let me know you got them sat
shit.
down, and I will fucking lecture them for you.
We'll send them some
Tell me
good
what the
vibes.
problem is, and we'll talk it out with
We
these
will
folks.
send them some. We'll send you some good vibes so that you can. Like,
God damn it. I got to get Han Solo on.
Our chill can,
I got to get Han on like a fucking.
Yeah, see,
StreamYard.
DJs are-
I think he manages some restaurants. He said he was traveling the other, like last week or 2 weeks ago. He came to to Detroit area, so he wasn't really too close to me. But
not surprising that somebody who's like a martial artist or a champion boxer would be like really gentle and very calm, putting out just.
hold on a second, you guys. I gotta write him a second and see if he has like a fucking.
DJ, keep it
Chan or
safe out
public
there,
email.
Security, just FYI. But I will lecture. John and I will lecture anyone that's you want to sit down, and we'll lecture them about something. Let us know, like stay off the property, don't urinate on the fucking sidewalk, shit like that. We got you.
Detention in the basement. I love that.
Yeah.
I love this guitar.
Yeah, just be
loves me
careful
back.
out there, DJ.
Studio Les Paul, it looks like. I don't know what year that is, but he just said he loves his guitar. I bet I was just talking about that last night. I don't know if it's a full size. Maybe it's a newer version than that. But them motherfuckers are heavy. And I imagine he does love it.
TV2, I fucking.
Your dog ate your stash?
I think
Your stash of what? Holy shit. Really? That really happened?
TV2. I think it might be in
That is
my
messed up.
description.
I didn't know that actually happened. Wow. I'm sorry, but good lord, that's harsh. I mean, like your herb, your dog. I mean, I think the dog, I would imagine, is just snoozing comfortably on the couch. That would be my guess.
TV2. It might be in my description. If it's not, I'll just send you I'll put a comment in one of your videos with my email on it. I don't remember if I left it in the description or not. But if it's not there, I'll leave a comment on your channel and you'll just get notified I left you a comment. And I'll just leave you my email address. All right, well, we got one more to be loud with, and then we got to nerf ourselves down to the electric drums, so.
All right. Yeah, did you guys hear that? See, so they're playing out loud,
Grew up in Austin.
but then
Still
they'll
love Evil
they're
Bay's channel. Check out
it blows my mind.
Evil Bay's YouTube.
I gotta mute him because I can't yap and fucking listen to him at the same time. I wish I could, but I'm not capable. They're just playing out loud. He has headphones on, and I'm not sure. Maybe he just gets a mix right now, but like you see, John doesn't have headphones on, the guitar player. So they're in Seattle. I assume they're in a house in the basement, and I can only imagine what this is like. Probably very similar to the basement that I fucking grew up in playing in my hometown, right? But the houses are on top of each other, even though they're individual houses. You can imagine, like in Michigan, a basement, most of them would always have a window. Like my basement is it's actually called a sub basement because it's only about it only comes up like my window starts at about just above my waist or something. It might be like 3.5 feet off the floor, right? But a lot it might be, and if you have a standard, whatever, 9 foot, 8 inch wall, which wasn't all that common for older basements, mine are over 10 feet in our basement, but it was built in 2007. So still, you're gonna have even back in the old days, the old Michigan basements, you would still have this like fucking 12-inch window, right at face view of a 6 foot person or something. But so their neighbors get pissy after a while. They get the cops called on them all the time, I guess. And you see what they're doing the best they can. And it's probably old ass fucking brick. I've seen pictures of of his house. So they will, but so they're set up where he has triggers for all his drums. Um, and then they just like I do when I'm jamming, on a live stream later at night. If I have to have headphones on, it's just all coming through the PA. There's nothing coming out of the speakers, but it's pretty neat because that's not that's not just a fucking throw together setup to be triggering your drums, having your vocals, even though it's only one guitar, sometimes they have a bass player, all getting thrown into the mix, into your headphones, and then going out to a stream. And that was where it's one thing to sit there and do that shit live, right? Or mix all the sound like that and put it through headphones. But then to get it to all of us on YouTube, getting us to be able to hear the same thing that they are down there, that was a real challenge. That was a fun challenge for me. I guess it was fun. It was fun now that I got it figured out. Bill says it's low tide that threatened to put a dot on me. I take that serious, not Leopard Fred. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The jobless bum leeching off his poor old mother. I don't know if I think Tide's mom passed. Maybe he's living off somebody that like it's just too. Like I don't have some sort of axe to grind. Not that Bill, you have some sort of axe to grind with him, but I don't have some sort of axe to grind with Tide on this shit. I just like pointing out how fucking stupid these people are. Like I never had to worry about it. When I first started streaming, I was really good at um watching my mouth. Anybody that remembers the early, 5 years ago now, I started streaming probably 6 months before the protest hit, but only with a camera. I didn't have streaming software and all this shit. They were crap, broken up fucking streams. Always buffering, but I was pretty mild mannered. I have some of the pretty intense 8-10 hour fucking live streams from the protests of 2020. I've loosened up, but I've never fucking worried about what I've said online in a chat, and those guys hate that shit. It's like they'll fucking tell me that shit all the time. We've seen what you said, TV. It's like, yeah? And? I mean, it pisses me off. Like, there's been situations where I've had to take down videos because of YouTube, not because I was embarrassed of what I've said, or there's been plenty of times that like I am not like proud of the way I might have put something, but it's rare that I have to take something back other than just because I was wrong factually. But Ty yaps and yaps and yaps, man, and it's like, dude, I'm not. It's like I'm not that. I'm not even that attentive of a motherfucker. And it's like, dude, you're just a contradiction, a walking contradiction. It's crazy. Bill says if Tide's mom passed, he'd be homeless. See, Bill, I don't know how it works out there, but like I've looked in, because I've spoke before, like we've had, there was times that we used My Child, which is Michigan Children, right? It's a medic form of Medicaid for minors, for low income, and whatever the rate was, right? Like it was, I don't know how it's going to be now, but it wasn't that hard to get in Michigan. Like you didn't have to necessarily be poor. We weren't not poor at the time, but it's almost like WIC, right? Like not quite that far reaching, but like WIC, I don't think income has anything to do with it. My oldest was a caseworker for WIC for years. She so it was $5 a month per kid at that time, and this is, fucking 15 to 20 years ago, right? But so I don't know how it works out there in California. I mean, California is obviously a little bit more liberal of a state than Michigan, just well by how we voted, unfortunately, over however many decades now. But um, people think that you can just decide, or the chuds can, maybe they don't know. I'm assuming they don't know, but it's pretty easy. I don't know how the SNAP program and all that works. How much of it, the rules are enforced or affiliated by like the federal government to down to the states. Like how much leeway the states have with whatever. But they think you can. I don't know if they think or just don't know, don't care. My guess is they certainly don't care, but you can't just decide to stop working in this country and then go ask the government to feed you. It's fucking hilarious. And it's like, I don't know. I guess that's maybe I was going to say, I don't know why some of that shit doesn't get pushed back on so hard, especially when we see cuts come into programs like SNAP and Medicaid, which is going to affect, elderly and children, right? Low and or middle and low income. Yeah, I don't know why that shit, some of it doesn't get pushed back on a little harder by the Dems. I don't know, Bill. Like we have the ideas, we have the passion, and I guess maybe, people, our own critics, the critics of ourselves are usually say we suck at messaging. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Like, what do you mean? We suck at messaging? What the, and Retsy pointed it out to me last year. I was streaming some liberal talk radio, and it's like, it's the fucking most interesting thing in the world to me. And I look at myself, I try to get outside of myself and think, how can fucking liberal talk radio be that interesting to some fucking just, whoever TV is, right? Just an everyday metalhead guy. That's it. Love my wife, and then I just want to be left alone to hang out with my friends and beat my guitar, have a cocktail. But because it's just boring facts, but it's boring. It's facts. I don't find it boring. It's facts. I don't get that being the reason um, that liberal talk radio isn't successful or that our messaging isn't successful is because we just do fucking plain straightforward facts. You know, maybe hopefully Bill will agree with me on this a little bit. Bill, and I agree with you, brother. I've just fucking dragged you into my thoughts on this so many times recently about we just need to stop being just stop fucking being nice. Just be fucking raw. I can be raw. I'm not ready to it's uncomfortable for me to be like that in a public setting and doing my stream, like being as fucking raw. You guys hear my mouth, and you probably caught me at times just being, yeah, pretty out there. I could be like that all the time. It's about minding your P's and Q's. I'm not saying we should stop. It's just why the fuck do we have. I'm not against being like that, Bill. It sucks that we have to be. I'm not against being like that. It's just, is that it? Like, and is that what we need to do to change the, to not, would that make the difference from Democrat or liberal messaging not sucking to getting through, right? Like if we just, well, I mean, we can easily, and it wouldn't be just bullshit. I don't want to suggest that's what Bill would be saying, that like we just got to start making up shit about the fucking, the conservative, the far right extremists. We don't have to make up shit at all. And that's not what he was suggesting. It's just we need to start fucking hammering home about fucking Trump fucking a porn star and raping people and committing 34 felonies, right? And fucking blowing a half a dozen marriages and blowing a half a dozen fucking casinos. We just really need to. I can see I could be the guy for that because I don't have a very big vocabulary, right? Vocabulary. We could, yeah. Does that work? Trump is fucking porn stars while his wife was pregnant. That's the people you're voting for. All right, Bill, I'm on board. I just talked myself into that. I appreciate you. Bill says, I've only become a Dem because of Donald. I'm not a liberal, frankly, at all. Well, I've just registered an independent, so I don't, yeah, I don't, you guys, I don't know how much I actually say Dem. If I say Dem, I'm probably speaking about the party itself, like our already elected officials. Yeah, I don't like putting labels on any of you guys. Well, I've said, Bill, most of us here, when you get back down to our fucking household level, our family level, right? Fiscally, we're going to be conservative, all of us. And right? I mean, so what else is it? I mean, we just have, what is it that would make someone, like you said, a liberal anyways, Allowing, believing in live and let live. I mean, an extreme liberal might be someone that wants to have maybe a little bit ridiculous social programs. It's all about what can we afford too, right? Because and we don't get to decide what the person next to us can or can't afford. So yeah, right on, brother. I get it. That's why boxes are stupid. That's why I think we should be doing and I've had Putin push back on me in particular about, because I've said, why don't we just have it legislated? You can't have a named political party. Like we just American voters register as American voters. You could call them independents, I guess, but there would be no Republican or Democrat. You just vote. You have primaries, and you just vote on policy, right? I mean, isn't that not ultimately what we're doing? And the only excuse I got for not being a good idea is funding. But don't we have to look at where that fucking funding's coming from and then question the hell out of that? But yeah, brother, I agree with you. It's impossible. You without a doubt have some liberal views, conservative views, just like any of us. It depends on. I mean, that's what our democracy is about. We're able to vote, and especially, brother, like here in Michigan, right? I can vote a fucking mixed ticket, and I think that is it should be like that everywhere. Why would you not, be able to vote for each individual office the way that you see best fit for rather your family, your community, whatever. So it's impossible to put such a fucking finite label on something, right? Or us. Democratic messaging needs to be together. They need to go after maggot politicians, children, wives, and parents like they do. Strategic pressure where needed. Yeah, well, that's the part where it gets tough, right? Like a lot of this shit, I think maybe what you're saying is like putting pressure on the families. That's something these MAGA creeps, everyday MAGA creeps out in the streets are doing. And that can be terrifying. I mean, because Trump speaks and the folks that he's blowing the dog whistle to, which isn't even a dog whistle when he says stand back and stand by, he's meaning go out there in the shadows and do my bidding, right? Because I can't, because the spotlight's on me. I can't go out there and I can't take you know, though he's doing everything he can, I can't weaponize the government that boldly in broad daylight yet. So you guys have to go out there and lurk in the shadows and do some dirty shit. Well, it is. By nature, it is. Bill says live and let live is conservative ideology, in my opinion. The whole premise of that statement, for sure, right? By letting live, you are you're not interfering. You're being conservative. You're not, yeah. Yeah, right on. Bill says I registered Dem to be able to vote for better Dems in Dem primaries. Bill, I hope to God when I don't ever spend much time on it. Some of the shit I say, like, the overall support from Congress for Israel, just to leave you with that thought, brother, and you know what I mean. It's like those motherfuckers in Congress are united. I don't care what year, what session of Congress, right? Always united on that shit, Bill. I hope the hell we can talk about that a lot in the near future after we clear our plate of all this bullshit, because it's pretty disgusting. It's pretty disgusting what's going on over there in Gaza, right? As it is, there's plenty of fucking really gross, we don't, there's no more bigger tragedy that me and you are helping to pay for than what's going on over there, though. I don't think. If there is, it's being really well hidden, right, brother? No, do it. I get you. I'm that frustrated too, Bill. Do it. I get it. I do. I can't do it. I get it, man. Bill, I brought up that kind of shit. You know, when you talk about, I've talked about these well-to-do families for hundreds of years. I'm willing to bet that is a topic that you're not unfamiliar with at all, and it interests you. But you know, when you have royal families, right, for hundreds of years, those folks knew hundreds and hundreds of years ago that their offspring were never going to have to worry about taking care of themselves or how to eat or worry about what they're going to eat or any of that shit. So they were able to, I believe, and it's not, I know it's a little bit maybe crazy conspiracy theorist type mindset, but prove me wrong, you know. And really, you could just, I guess, to maybe make it more sane, you could say, look, these families knew that they were well off at some point, whether, you know, the Rothschilds, the Westinghouses, or whatever the fucking banking conglomerates are, um, Morgan and Chase and all that. They, and before them, right? Their grandparents had done good shit, smart shit to make money. But not here in America. I'm saying European royalty, wherever it was, France, Russia, England, Germany, the Netherlands, got to a point where they knew that they could do nothing, but their family was able to now do. And you know, we were talking about King Charles last night. The dude has not wasted his time on earth learning about things, right? So that's all they had to fucking do was that's all they got to do was just study whatever the fuck it was they wanted, these spoiled children of these fucking fascists that we're speaking of, Bill, right? You don't have any problem with their children are going to be just as shitty as them. I don't disagree with that, brother. I don't know, man. It's a bunch of shit, though, isn't it? All right, Bill. You've kept me fucking yapping at your ass long enough. I was ready to give this up 30 minutes ago, but dude, that's why I do this shit. Every once in a while, I get to fucking hang out and just spend 15, 20 minutes yapping with just one-on-one with somebody. Somebody's like, I'm not fucking letting TV go yet. All right. You know how it goes if I'll see you soon, whether you like it or not. I appreciate everybody that came by. Thanks for let's finish this poll up. Let's get posted. So we have I asked, will there be any evidence of fraud provided by DOGE? 57% said yes, 43% said no out of 54 voters. You guys can see the results for that yourself. I appreciate all you folks. I do. Bill, thanks for hanging out till the end. You're all right. You are a giver for sure. That's for damn sure. Either you were interested or you could just tell that TV still has a half full bucket of thought tonight. That's all right. I'm going to beat my guitar and see if that helps. All right. You guys be good. I'll talk to you again soon. All right. Peace and love. TV2 out like a motherfucker.